Hey guys, Jack Spirko here with a little quick update video on some of the stuff going on the aquatic systems. You guys remember last year I built this, we call them Miyagi's, this timber frame pond. Holds about, I think it's about 1,450 gallons of water is what we figured out. And built out of 4x4s and what have you if you hadn't seen it before. And what I had done is I had put in 4 ebb and flow beds, and they looked like this. They're built out of these 14-gallon concrete mixing trays, which we actually really still like, but just when you use them for this application, even though they're a great bang for the buck, you can see how this bows out here. And it ends up creating you can see how it looks like it's sitting tilted, and it's the base of it's actually level. It's just, you know, tilting over, and that causes problems with the ebb and flow functioning right. So what I decided to do was to look at this and say, well, what would be a better solution here? So we went with our 50-gallon Rubbermaid tubs, which of course give us a lot more planting surface. And as you can see, we did not do them in an ebb and flow capacity, because if you build an ebb and flow bed with this, you're going to have problems. This is just not going to flow or ebb very well, right? So what we did is we built here basically wicking beds. So what we've got is lava rock up to about there. We have an overflow. I don't know if you can see in there or not. I can't see the camera when I point it down there, but an overflow in there. Basically that works just like a bell siphon without the bell siphon. That sets the level of the water. We got our discharge coming out down here, and we're running water through that gravel bed, that lava rock bed. And since it's still winter time, we're growing some brassicas and some Swiss chard and things like that. So this is broccoli, a little bit of Lanacino kale, some spinach, some more Swiss chard, some more kale. Just stuff that was available. This is not plants I started. I decided it would just get some well-started plants and get some production going out here. So we'll see how it does. I'm probably going to soak some peas tonight, and I'll probably put peas all along this edge and let them trail over the side. So it wasn't a big job. It was a little more work than I thought it would be. Had to, you can see here where the water comes up, had to cut these back, and I had them using plumbing strap up against the fence underneath. So I got to see whether or not a rechargeable drill will work if it's partially underwater. And you know what? The answer is yes, it will. It will definitely work without electrocuting you. If you try it with a plug-in drill, your mileage may vary. I don't recommend that, but just wanted to show you where we're at. And I mean, that turns this into a productive system, because remember, we're never going to put enough bed tied into a system of this size to really do true aquaponics here, where we're going to get enough nutrient into ebb and flow beds. We would need like a line of 50 of them going that way or something to balance out a system of this size, to then be able to stock enough fish to give enough nutrients. So there's some nutrient developed in the water that's available to the plants, but by going with wicking beds, we're able to use some organic fertilizer, some Dr. Earth, and some other things, and we'll use foliar feed with carrot juice on these plants, and that lets us actually give these plants the nutrient that they need and keep our system in balance. And then by running the water through the lava rock base, we keep the filtration and the circulation going. So now the question becomes, what do we do back here? I have some ways that I've planned to actually make these work better. And again, ebb and flow is just, I can grow mint, I can grow water chestnut, anything that's not a really high nutrient requirement. But you can also see that back here we're a lot more shaded. Now in the summer, not as much the case as it is right now, but this is the shadier area, and that's the sunnier area. So it's also a pretty shaded area. So I got a couple things I could do. One, you kind of fix these, plant them with mint and just use them as a biofilter. That's not a bad idea. The other thing I could do is get rid of them and maybe just put one of those back here framed on the center. That would be kind of a cool pattern, and then just plant it with mint or reeds or something that's a good biofilter. The other is I can just get rid of them all together and just go with those. Just plenty of filtration. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. I'll have to think about it for a while. All I'm happy is, you see that? That's blue sky. I have not seen that in 2 freaking weeks. All it has done is rained. It was so bad out there in my field. My buddy David photoshopped a picture. He put the Loch Ness Monster in my backyard, and it looked like it worked, because the whole damn thing looked like a pond out there. But you can see what's happened. These midwinter rains instead of spring rains we get here in North Texas. Everything's starting to green up. I'm starting to feel good about things, and we'll see how it goes, but plums are starting to blossom out. I need to get into my organic spraying program. But I got a lot of trees starting to go ahead and bud out. Productive trees. Look at the blossoms that are going to be on that little pluot. It's another pluot right here. And we had ice. It didn't freeze, but yeah, we had ice anyway. You tell me how that works. I know how it works. It has to do with how cold the rain is when it's falling. We had all the trees were iced. And this dadgone peach out here, every year, this thing blossoms out way too early. And it did this year again. But the good news this time is that even though we got some ice on it, it did not knock the blossoms off the tree. So we may get production out of this tree. And this tree is not the best eating peaches, but boy, it's really uber productive. And I see some peach pie moonshine waiting to happen right there. Anyway, we'll catch up with you later. Hope you enjoyed the update.